Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets. Peep it, I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooding, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman, chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of six. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.
From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Ayum Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Ayum Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature.
Raising my vibrations everywhere I go. No, I'm not the body or the mind, I'm soul. I am the creator, navigating every part of my mind, seeking to impress the shadows in my mind, knowing all is mental and it's all divine. Everything's connected, everything's aligned. The words of my creation, it was all designed to realign. It really need to free your mind. I noticed every second we were all assigned to reach a better understanding in our time. Said I'm starting to figure out how to change my ways, starting to figure out how to spend my days, create the frequency that I seek to live in. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Focus on the body, mind, heart, and soul. Raising my vibrations everywhere I go. No, I'm not the body or the mind, I'm soul. Spiritual warfare going on. That I see the light, my eye flows into the depths of my reality. There I go, drowning my thoughts and in my business with my eyes closed. That's when I know the scars that I grow can only keep on getting bigger as the time flows. So I gotta seek and counsel in the most I know to help me fight the enemy that wants to stop the growth. Yeah, these scars are made by me, igniting naturally in this realm. I can be anything I wanna be through the most high. I will reach the highest frequency, so I gotta pick my feet. The time is now. Start to figure out how to change my ways, start to figure out how to spend my days, create the frequency that I seek to live in. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Focus on the body, mind, heart, and soul. Raising my vibrations everywhere I go. No, I'm not the body or the mind, I'm soul. An eternal soul wandering in the realm of the physical nature as you take birth again and again in search of true happiness and peace. This is the origin of duality in a world of time-space. The ego is like a blanket of dust which has settled on a piece of glass and obstructs the light from passing through. But the soul is in reality pure, which is the truest and highest frequency.
Testing. Testing. Just wanted to make sure. Oh, it's an echo. It's not gonna work. One moment.
just different.
I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies.
Right in Lakesh Alakim. Welcome back to another Amplify Your Purpose session. It's going to be incredible. Oh man, I am so excited. Pardon, we had a few technical difficulties, but I was like, that's more time to get more people. Can everybody hear me okay? All right. So let's go ahead and rewind. And let's go back. We give thanks for Ken 211 and all that she does, really putting forward a lot of things. We heard the prayer. I want to give thanks to the source of all creation, the earth, the ancestors, the star elders, the foundation for the law of time, the Jewel University of Immortal Sciences, Melanin 6, the master teachers, and the Mimic Priesthood, the indigenous elders, and all of you that make this possible, that have the desire to evolve. All right. We're going to be talking about stabilizing your consciousness and states of beings. We are so excited. One of the best gifts that can be given to you is to be able to exercise full authority over your whole mind with all of its faculties and dimensions. Amazing to be able to do that. When you can do that, you can heal yourself. When you can do that, you can prosper yourself. When you do that, you can transmute energy. You can transduce it. You can change it from one form to another. So we all want to get into that whole piece of we can exercise full authority over our whole mind. All right. A synchronistic human defined as someone who's able to be multidimensional while unifying the energies from the synchronicity of natural time cycles towards the holonomic evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. All right. Can everybody still hear me okay? Everybody's good? Everybody can still hear me? Yes. Okay, great. All right. And let's see here. All right, so let's go through some upcoming events and announcements. This is a very powerful part. The Infinite Aligned Memory membership, I want you to listen closely. This is taking a turn. All right. And we've had some technical difficulties, so bear with us. We're going to be down for another few plasmas with our website and with some of the replays. So just hang in there with us. But this is critical because not only do you get up to 25 as a monthly member and 50% off as a annual member, you get to access these sessions, and we'll be switching over. We'll be switching over to the Adobe platform. So here's how this is going to work. We are going to have week 1. So you got to know the 13 moon calendar, or you're going to be off. So this is the first heptad, or we call heptad week, of the moon of liberation, the spectral moon of liberation. So every first heptad, when we have on the first Sunday of the first heptad, we are going to have a open to the public session like this. So it'll be streamed live, but heptads 3, 2, 3, and 4 will be private. Okay, so everybody who is new, they'll have an opportunity to become a member and get the private teachings that we're going to have on our Adobe platform. So it's going to be excellent. All right, so just the membership alone, if you just get to access the live version, you want to access the live, the real-time version of what's happening. Why? Because if you're accessing it real time, you can implement it in real time. So if you wait a week, and that's the first time you're listening to it. Now, let me tell you, replays are designed to help reinforce what you already know. So you heard it already in real time, and now you just fine tuning it. That's how it works best. And you may not be able to make every session, but they're going to be very powerful. We are truly refining this and initiating a whole new process of preparing for the new cycle that's going to start on July 26th. So you want to become a member now. If you're having trouble, don't worry about it. And you're going to get the replays, and there's going to be exclusive meetups just for the members. So there will be some changes. We won't be having this we won't be streaming live any longer on IG and Facebook and everything every week. Okay. All right. So I just want you to know that. I want you to listen. I don't want you to be multitasking. Be like, where they at? I don't see them on StreamYard. I'm going to talk about this in the session about stabilizing your life force, what we're talking about today. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. New kin orientation. Those replays will be available. Now, we also have changed that. The next time you'll hear that class, it's going to be a class headed up by Moon Goddess Ambrosia. And that's going to be June the 6th. June the 5th will be the next live session. So what you can do until then, you can look at the replays and you can look at how we set up. I mean, it's 4 distinct classes that we have for that. And if you go through that properly, it should at least give you quite a few intelligent questions to help you really be able to focus this energy on your evolution. Knowing what your kin is, that is like your galactic passport into galactic consciousness. All right. So give thanks for kin 181, Moon Goddess Ambrosia. And we're in the self-study realm. So the classes have started. Those of you who want to get the classes now, you're going to have to study on them on your own. So you can still get them. I recommend you get them, because what a lot of people don't understand, they wait for a problem to come and then they get the knowledge. It's too late. You want to be preparing yourself. Some of the problems that I have right now, I've been preparing for 20 and 30 years. And I'm like, come on. I dare you to come up in here. I'm ready for you, because I've been conditioning my mind a certain kind of way for decades. And I just keep on doing it and doing it and doing it. So you don't want to wait until you got something to address. Okay. You don't want to do that. All right. Because it's going to be too late. It's going to be up on you. Okay. All right. So get into classes, coaching. We got limited space for coaching. Okay. Limited space. We have a number of people interested. I'm sorting through their questionnaires right now. And this is the last moon I'll be doing coaching with the exception of a couple special cases that I have to do. But with that being said, if you're interested in coaching, the time is now to get me. I only have a few limited slots. I only got a limited energy budget for coaching because I got a few things that I need to do. But this will be the last moon. So we just starting the first heptad, the first week of this moon. All right. And, I won't be doing a lot of coaching after that for almost a year. Okay. So you want to get in where you fit in, first come, first serve. It's going to be powerful, whoever it's with. And I want to give that opportunity for all of you. All right. Next session will be on Adobe Connect, and we become a master artist to create your world. That's how you know you're becoming a master artist, when you can paint and create your world, right? And on May the 10th will be the next Doot planning meeting headed up by Ken 178. So we're getting close. We're already in May, and guess what? The day out of time is in July. So guess what? It's time to get hot and heavy. So you're going to really, really, really be able to take some things by storm these next couple of moons, so we can have an incredible day out of time. All right. And follow us on social media. We on IG as Neb_Taharka, X Twitter, which is formerly Twitter, Taharka at 81129. 8129. And then Neb Taharka, Kanish Kawak on Facebook, TikTok at Synchronistic Human, and YouTube at Synchronistic Human 441. All right, so get in where you fit in. If after this session you feel like this has really helped you or enlightened you or opened up you are free to donate. I don't try to force people to donate, or I'm not needy where I need you to donate, but the donations are for you. Because when you hear something that's going to take you to another level, or something that's a missing component, now you can pay homage to that, so that you can gain more through what you just broke through on, based on what you heard. Okay. So you can give donations at $Blue Storm 239 on Cash App. And you can also, we have a link for you that you could do it on PayPal as well. Okay. Or you could just message us as well, and give from the heart. Again, we give thanks for Ken 211 for orchestrating this. Even though they try to mute her, they cannot silence her. Her power is so great, and she has done so many incredible things behind the scenes for us. And so it just so happens this time, and this is so appropriate. This is the last time, last moon, so you get to hear me do some announcements. Let's do that. I'm in the rotation now. Let's put a smile on that face. All right. So with that being said, I get to introduce our speaker. This individual has really done some incredible things, has over 22 consecutive now terms of teaching the law of time and the hollow mind perceiver, the founder and chancellor of Synchronistic Human, also the co-founder of Mimic, and really just dedicated so much time and energy to evolving. And lo and behold, when we talk about evolving, we don't know what challenges that's going to bring. I have a lot of experience with challenges, so I know the power of overcoming them and what that does to your psyche. So I have, the pleasure and honor of introducing to some and presenting to others the architect. And we're going to go into the session, and I want you to take a pause for a minute and get in position. It's like you got to position yourself for success. And what I mean by that is that when you listen to these sessions, when I used to come up through the ranks and I'm listening to Baba Wanik and I'm listening to Dr. Jewel, and I'm like, wow, and I listened with the intent of hearing something that was going to change my life. Not next week, not next moon, not next year, right now. And so I had the mindset that there's something that I'm going to hear today that's going to change my life. There's something I'm going to hear today that's going to turn a negative into a positive. Ashe? And when you have that expectation up front, versus if you get on there and be like, I ain't got time to really get on here like that today. Let me see what Neb is talking about. Ditch that. You ain't gonna get nothing out of that thinking. What you want to do is say, hey, if I just hear one iota of something that can point me in the right direction, can put a crack in the door, can help me access a part of me that I haven't been able to access yet. Do you understand that your life is going to change instantaneously? Do you understand? Do you understand what that's like to overcome, to be an overcomer of something? I'm telling you, I'm so excited and I'm so grateful that I was chosen and that I chose myself to be here, to be an individual that can be an exemplar, and to share with you something about me that's a reflection of you in such a way that it can change the direction of your life so that you can be a beacon of light for other people that's to come, that's in the darkness. And so this is why we're talking about actualizing in the new time. And sometimes when we actualizing in the new times, we've been doing this theme since July 26th. You got to get a disease and you got to overcome the disease and become the curse breaker. Sometimes you have to be cursed to break the curse. Y'all hear me? Sometimes you being cursed so that you can show the world and show yourself that the curse isn't stronger than the power of God in you. So that means you may have to go through a struggle of 2 or 3. You're going to have to get knocked back sometimes. And you're going to have to get disappointed. You're going to have to discipline your disappointment because you stepped up into the realm of actualization. And so you walk like actualization, and you talk like actualization, and you focus like actualization because you know that you're going to actually turn poverty into prosperity. You know that you're going to turn sickness into health, into wellness. And you're going to turn a negative into positive. And you don't have to just talk to somebody and let them say, hey, I understand the concept of how to prosper. You don't have to say, hey, I understand the concept of healing. Take some soursop. No, go through the process. You may be one of the ones that are chosen to go to the process and say, I am healed in this moment. Because you realize that God has spoken in you. And so you have to hear that for yourself in the midst of the tribulation, in the midst of being put in the quicksand of the muck and the miry. You have to know that in the midst, that is your opportunity to show the God in you's face. And if you think I'm kidding, ask somebody that's going through it. I'm in the best state of my life. Somebody told me, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, Neb. I said, I don't think anything better could have happened. Look at me. I said, look at me. I'm the best version of myself right now because I'm more focused than ever before. And so this isn't a death sentence. It's a life sentence to immortality. And a lot of times we get down on ourselves when we have a challenge. Let me tell you something. That is your opportunity to show you just who you are. Who are you is the question. Who are you? And who are you listening to? If I am God and I'm listening to something that's less than God, I can't let it influence these 12 inches between my one ear to the other ear. I can't let it influence my mind. because I'm too focused on the outcome that I'm going to actualize in this moment. You know, it only takes a moment to actualize. And if you don't believe me, come to Miami and see me. Come and see me. Come and see this version of myself that's better physically, mentally, and spiritually. I'm here as an exemplar to show you I am you. I am you. And you are me. In Lakesh, Alakin. I am another you, and you are another me. So if you're having a down moment, you got 1,439 other ones that can be positive. So don't let this one moment take you up or down and out into the sunken place. Some of y'all don't hear me. You just think I'm over here. I'm sounding preachy. I'm sounding like I may be just excited, but you have no earthly idea what's happening in the realm of transformation right now. And I love when it's a glitch in the system, when it's a technology glitch, because it shows me that the nature of our being has came through the crack in the door. You see? And so you got to know that you know that you know. I talked to my mom today, and I've called her on FaceTime. I had my shirt off, and my mom has just been afraid. I could feel it. She's afraid to call me. She's worried. I said, Mom, don't you worry. Look at me. And she just looked and just smiled. Have you ever seen me like this? And the people around, I was outside, and the people around was, well, listen, I don't care about them. Look at me. I'm healed. How do you know you? I felt it on Friday and said, I felt the transition. Just like when I brain bounced, I knew it clicked. I knew when it locked. I know the energetic click. I'm a connoisseur of energy. So I know when I'm here, I'm healed in the moment. And you'll know. And I said this, let me tell you this. You got to know that you know. I committed 1,000 plasmas, 1,000 to the behavior of healing before I would even question anything. Are you willing to have such a commitment to yourself? If you're overweight, are you willing to dedicate 1,000 days of exercise and start where you are? You might be able to only crawl. You might only be able to walk, but you got to walk before you can trot. You got to be able to trot before you jog. You got to be able to jog before you run. And then you're going to be swimming, and you're going to be doing all these different things, and commit yourself to 1,000 plasmas, 1,000 days, and watch what's going to happen in your life. Let me tell you, you can't, watch this, you can't commit anything properly to 1,000 days and backslide into illness. If you do, God don't exist, because God is going to give you the plan. But what happens is we get caught up in the tribulation. We get caught up in the trouble. We get caught up in the feeling of lack. We get caught up in what everybody else is saying. We get caught up in how we think things are going to be. And I'm taking a moment here to prick your psyche, because some of you, if you're not dealing with something in a month, in a moon, in a year, in 5 years, you may be dealing with something. And I'm telling you, you need to be conditioned in your mind right now. So when it comes, you say, I've been training for you for 5 years. I've been doing it for a decade. Come on here. Let me show you, you ain't got no power in this realm of my mind and my body and my spirit. I've already conditioned myself beyond the program. Ashe? And so life triggers what happens so you can happen. I'm going to say it again. Write this down. Life triggers what happens What happened to you? It ain't what life happens or what happened to you or what happened to me. It's when I happen that's going to matter. You see? And so who am I and who am I listening to? And that should determine the next move. Because we're in the moon of dissolving and releasing. And so if you are not listening to someone or something that's on the frequency of healing, that's on the frequency of prosperity, that's on the frequency of building your new reality, then you need to dissolve it and remove it from your life in this moon. Don't try to get a rotten apple to become ripe. That ain't gonna work. Find the ripe apples. Put the green ones on the shelf and discard the rotten apples, because they say one rotten apple, one rotten thought will destroy your whole batch. Right? So if you sense, I feel fatigue. Right? No, you don't feel fatigue. What you have is, I sense a feeling of fatigue around me. Because I am is God. That's what Reverend Knight says. I am is God, and anything you add unto I am is added unto yourself. And so what I am is, I'm rested and energetic and ready to go. And say it 1,000 times, I dare you, and you'll be sitting up there like, wait a minute, I sensed that there was some fatigue, but where did it go? It fled from you because you kept on moving. And in motion creates emotion, right? So don't worry if you feel fatigue. And so here's another thing that I want to share with you before we move on, that there's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing and listening. I always say to people I'm coaching, and I always say to people I'm teaching, that we don't got a hearing problem, we got a listening problem. You heard me, but you ain't listening with the ear in your heart, because I wouldn't have to repeat myself and say, no, you heard me, but you see, if you listen to me, then you would carry out the instructions that came with the verbiage that you listened to. So you were distracted and you couldn't listen with the ear in your heart. And so now, you can't just hear the message. You got to get to a quiet space where you can listen to the message so you can execute what the message is saying to you specifically. You can't do that if you just hear it on the surface. You see? And so you have to get good at listening with the ear in your heart, and you won't forget. You see? Hearing versus listening. Did you hear me? Yes. Are you listening to me? Yes. Then I should see some execution happening. I should see some remnants. That listening means that you're executing, implementing. You see? So let's get into what we're getting into, because we're actualizing in a new time. And so now we got to give you that message to stabilize your consciousness and states of being. And how are you going to stabilize your consciousness and states of being? Well, I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. You're going to do it by mastering your subconscious mind. You see, you can't stabilize your conscious without stabilizing your subconscious. Right? And so this is a series. This is the liberation series to free your mind, and the rest will follow. That's in vogue, right? And so for those of you that are new, we study calendrical systems. We study the 13 moon calendar to disrupt the systemic programming that has us thinking we are our feelings, and we're not. They are things being felt, but they're not our feelings. They're suggested to us. They're not our feelings. And then we have a 260-day cycle where you evolve spiritually by accessing deeper areas of your memory. Okay. And so you can read up on that in the membership, but this is what you need to study. Okay. You need to study it so that you can see. And why do we have a 13 moon calendar? Because the moon has 13 cycles each year, not 12. All right. So that 13 cycle is where your evolution is, where you tap into your cosmic memory. All right. As the 13 moon calendar helps with the left logical side of the brain, and the 260 day calendar helps you with your right brain to evolve spiritually and emotionally and develop an EI, emotional intelligence. Now the two are hemisynced and it opens up your whole mind. Now, and open up your whole mind, that's how you access the Akashic records. That's how you access the power of your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is a believer. It believes what you say. So if you say, hey, I have a problem, your subconscious mind makes it affirmative and say, I have a problem by showing you a problem. If your subconscious mind, if you tell your subconscious mind, you just say, your subconscious mind is a silent listener, I'm sick and tired of this. Your subconscious mind is going to be affirmative in showing you the physical aspect of how to be sick and tired of it. You see? If you say, if you speak with the power of the tongue and say, hey, I just can't seem to get this right, your subconscious mind is going to give you another situation you just don't get right. And so it's the silent listener. And it doesn't matter what you say. It don't matter what you study. It don't matter how many I would say initiations you've had. It don't matter how much technical training you had. If you tell it that you're not, it will show you in the physical that you're not. So when you open up this whole mind, you have a lot of influence of what you experience in this reality. So today, like most people, we'll study some evolutionary text and then go into speaking negatively in the subconscious. So everything that we just heard, right? Everything that we just planted in our mind, in our fertile mind, we just poured turpentine and gasoline and lit the fire and burned it all up. If we start talking negative, if we start thinking negative, right? So your subconscious believes everything you say. The subconscious believes everything that you think. So that's why you can't escape this, right? And then it goes and gets a situation and says, see, this is what you wanted, right? And we just get frustrated from there. So we have to be careful what we say. We have to be careful what we think. All right. So step one, and you want to practice this. You practice it for 1,000 days straight. Well, Neb, that's too many. We'll do 100. Well, Neb, that's too many. Okay, just do 1 to 10. Can you do 10? Can you do 10 days straight? Try it. Right? Try it. So we're on the spectral moon. We're on the third plasma. Right? So we see. Now look at the symmetry of this. Now, there's a way we show you through the classes where the 13 moon calendar flows through your brain, through your mind. It flows. We show you how time flows in your mind and in your brain, right? And so here is step 2. This is the 260-day cycle. So this yellow rectangular section here and down here from 40 all the way down to 52 is the sun wave spell, the wave spell of Kanish Ahau. And this is the wave spell of enlightenment. So you are going to be healed through enlightenment. You're going to prosper through enlightenment. You're going to become creative, right? Do it by intending yourself through enlightenment. Okay? And so we're on Kin 41. You can see it's a red box there, which is the lunar dragon. And the affirmation for the 41st expression of the Creator reads as follows: I polarize in order to nurture. Now, when you polarize, this is really key, because in polarization, we have to understand, okay, that in energy, we're causing magnetic radiation, right? And especially light waves to vibrate and define a pattern. So when we're polarizing, we're separating. Watch this. This is important. There's a miracle in this. And I had to look deeper into this to fix certain things in my life, right? So polarizing, right? I'm creating a minimum of two different groups. I'm separating opposing forces, right? And when I do that, I have to look at, and what's key about this is to look at what is causing me, what don't I agree with? And over here, I got what I agree with. And so what I don't agree with, why don't I agree with it? And what role is it playing in the challenges that is coming into my life? That's why I need to polarize. I need to see the weakest parts of me. How do I strengthen? How do I strive to improve? How do I maximize my strengths and strive to improve my weaknesses? Well, I polarize it so I can see it for what it's for. So I polarize so I can see the strong points and the weakness in what? In order to nurture myself into enlightenment. This is going to help stabilize my states of being, what I'm able to be in this reality. I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of space, consciousness, mind. I polarize in order to nurture, stabilizing being. I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. So I challenge myself to birth anew. I am guided by the power of space. Let's do it one more time. One more time to lock it in. I polarize in order to nurture. Now, that don't mean polarize in order to criticize. Now, that ain't going to work. The subconscious going to believe it. They're going to believe that you are what you're criticizing. I polarize in order to nurture, stabilizing being. I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of space. All right. Now we put the two calendars together, family, and we add some components. They're called radioplasmas, and plasma is how consciousness travels. So in gamma, watch this. Gamma is, I love gamma because gamma is seeing who are you? What image of God are you operating at and with? Right? So Dolly is the heat. Celly is the light. And gamma is the balance of the heat and light to determine who and what level of consciousness are you operating with in this moment. Right? And then in that moment, how you see yourself, right, is going to determine if and how you can manifest the vision that you have for yourself in this reality. And if you can manifest the you that you see in your image in the vision. Because a lot of times we can see a vision, and in the vision, we see other people attaining the vision. Well, what happened to me? You didn't think you were worthy. In your imaging, you saw yourself as less than capable of being able to manifest the vision. So you'll be talking about Neb. Well, Neb be doing it. I don't know if I can do it, but Neb be doing it. You see Neb manifested. You see some of these other individuals go ahead and manifest it. But what about me? Well, you have to change your self-image. And every Sunday is right now connected with Gamma, and Gamma is a self-image day. It's a day of plasma to do some image consulting. But if you're messing stuff up and you say, "Oh man, I just somebody that messes stuff up," then so shall it be. So now when you go ahead and carry out the next radio plasmas, they're going to follow suit of how you see yourself. And eventually it's a moment to moment thing. All right. So we're on Gamma, plasma 3, right? The plasma is activated, the 41st expression, Kin 41, right? The red lunar dragon. All right. And the first heptad is knowledge initiates view. Now, I want to show you something that it's so funny. I was thinking this and then I was I was listening to Reverend Ike, right? And it just confirmed it. He said, and I was already thinking this, it was so powerful. He said, there is no reality, just your perception. Now, I want you to let that sink in when I'm talking about imaging, right? Imaging. So what is your perception of you? How do you see yourself? Right? Not verbally. Okay? Verbal confidence is not enough. How do you see yourself? It's so key in your heart of hearts. Right? That's what's going to take you to the divine place in space. So if you see yourself as successful, the next time you open up your mouth and everybody under the sound of your voice is going to be ready to sign up for whatever you're doing. So you got to be successful, you got to develop a successful consciousness. So you see yourself as successful in your endeavors. If you see yourself as a complainer or a criticizer or a worrier, you're not going to succeed. Your energy going to be focused on worrying about stuff, and your subconscious is going to give you more to worry about. So why do that to yourself? So Sunday, Gamma, right now, all right, it changes every cycle. But right now, Sunday and Gamma are connected. You need to be working on your self-image, your self-confidence. Because you think nobody hears you or see you, but your subconscious sees everything that you does and responds accordingly. So we got to be very careful in how we operate. All right, so this synchronometer asks, how do I release and let go? So when you're imaging, when you're working on your self-image, today we're talking about polarizing. Next time we're going to be talking about setting the intention. So right now we're going to talk about polarizing so that you know what areas in your imaging you need to work on so you can be stronger, faster, and better towards what you are pursuing in your life. Isn't that powerful? How big is that? I know we're saying it, but can we actualize it when we're in a difficult situation? And I'm gonna tell you, when you get in the next difficult situation, I want you to freeze it. I want you to say, freeze it. Hold on. It's gonna look crazy, but do it anyway. They'll wait. Wait a minute now. Who am I? Your imaging gonna kick in. How am I behaving? What am I being? Who am I listening to? What can I accomplish with this state of consciousness and being? And if it's not to your liking, I'm asking you to stop and upgrade your self-image before you go a second further. I want you to upgrade your consciousness. I want you to upgrade your focus. I want you to upgrade your spirit. I want you to upgrade yourself right in the moment and say, I don't care I don't care how successful you are. You just got some challenges on that level of success that you are that's going to challenge you to go to the next level. So this works no matter what level, infinite levels that you go. You got to raise your consciousness higher than the level of challenge to supersede it. So how do I release and let go? You got to ask yourself that. I got a question that says, can we actualize in a difficult situation? Freeze it. What am I? Okay. Who am I? Absolutely. Listen, everything's on your time. What's your time? Your nature to evolve consciousness. Don't worry. They'll wait. Listen, we started late, but we on time for those that's linked in. We never late. Who am I? Am I operating with the highest frequency? Can I focus that frequency long enough to see it in my physical reality? And this is like the little train that could. I think I can. 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 To what? I know I can. I know I can. To I am. 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 But you got to make the first step. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it takes courage to step into that fire. But that's how you become the greatest version of you. You see? So what do you need to release and let go that's holding you back from your forward progressions? And you need to write that down, and you need to get with spirit and say, how do I let this go? Nobody's going to be able to do it for you. You know that? That's why I tell you to focus on I am, not Taharka, your I am. Because if I tell you to focus on you, you're going to say, you're going to put everything in second person. You got to put it in first person. Anytime I'm coaching, they say, when you go, I say, stop. Not when I go. I put I in place of you so that you will alarm yourself to fix what you need to fix. Because a lot of times we pointing the finger at other people. We don't even know it. When you get tired, when you be feeling like, when you be wanting to do stuff, no, change that to I. When I think I'd be having a sense of fatigue, when I think, you see, I want to do something. So that's how you got to be doing it. You got to put I in front of it. And then but when you put I, now you got to say, well, what am I? Right? Then you say I am. Because when you know what you are, you can't be something different. So you got to confirm and make it affirmative before you get into the motion of taking action and doing, being a human doer, which is a robot. A human being is a state of consciousness that's being in a physical form. So you have to be able to confirm that so that what you're being matches what you have. And the subconscious believes what you say and goes and gets in the physical what you're emanating in terms of your vibration. You see? So your frequency equals the current belief of your subconscious that shows up in the physical form. So your self-talk and your self-thoughts are so important, and it relates to the imaging. So if you find yourself in a negative disposition, shake yourself and say, wait a minute, who am I? What am I thinking? What am I saying to myself? And when you're honest about that, you're like, wait a minute, I'm saying I'm a fool. Wait a minute, I'm saying I'm weak. Wait a minute, I'm saying I can't do this. Hold on, who am I? And if you choose to be that, well, then you have to suffer the consequences of that experience. But if you say, wait a minute, I'm not that. This is who I am. This is what I am. I guarantee you, you will change it. And some people want instant change. But I'm talking about doing the same thing over and over and over and over again until you get the result. That's why I say I'll do something 1,000 times and think nothing of it. Right? You already done negative stuff 1,000 times. I've drunk 1,000 weeks straight before in my younger days. I've cussed and I've done all this stuff. All these other dispositions I've done for hundreds and thousands of days, and it created a certain circumstance and condition. Why can't I do that for something I choose to do and be? I can't. So when you see this calendar and you ask this question, how do I release and let go? This is a big one, y'all. Because we got our claw marks in our past. We got our claw marks in that story we tell people about us and how why we didn't become a doctor, and why we didn't do this for our kids, and why we didn't do this for ourselves, and why we didn't make the NFL, and why we didn't do this, and why we didn't do that. It's the illustrious story that keeps us with the inability to release certain people, places, and things from our life. And so I'm telling you, it's going to feel empty for a moment, but release it and design a new life. Design a new life. Well, who am I? Well, I have the power to design a new life, don't I? So why do I have to keep the old? Is this making sense? So somebody somewhere is going to make a change today. Somebody somewhere is going to dissolve and start releasing some stuff. Now, when you dissolve and release, be prepared to replace it with something that's more suitable for where you're headed. Don't just dissolve and release, because you'll create a void and you'll be like, this ain't what I thought Neb was saying. Now, I'm not just saying dissolve and release and be empty. Fill yourself up with the full fulfillment of Kanicha How, of the sun. I'm just getting by today. Well, your wish is my command, your subconscious mind says. Let's give you some getting by materializations. See how you're getting by? So you tell yourself, no, I'm doing better than good and better than most. Well, let me manifest some better than good and better than most realities for you, perceptions for you. Okay? And so now when we're going through the next part, we're going through the whole mind. So you got to do that, because if you can't do that, you can't get to the magic of the hollow mind perceiver. It's just, you don't want to get into this headspace with confusion. And we know that God isn't the author of confusion, right? And so look at these charts. Give thanks to Ken 38, who continues to do these charts. And we know that in gamma, which is self-imaging, right? It's the third eye, all-seeing eyes connected with the third eye chakra. I don't like calling it the third eye, because it ain't the third option. For me, it's the first option, because I want to know how that the all-seeing eye can see all the memories, so I can access all the consciousness. You see that? Do you want to access all the consciousness, or do you want to access the ones that keep you in a negative disposition? You want to access it all. So look at what it says. This is one of the 7 mental spheres, and this mental sphere contains fleeting and moment-to-moment awareness. Now, what is it talking? We're talking about moment-to-moment awareness. It's self-awareness. In your moments, are you aware of yourself, the power of God in you, and it has the power and is responsive to immediate external stimuli? So if you get a diagnosis, if somebody pulls a gun on you, if you're about to get into an accident, if somebody is cussing you out, if they took half your check and they wasn't supposed to, if you didn't, if somebody didn't pay you back that owes you, if your kids are bad, it's a response to immediate external stimuli. But do you have the moment-to-moment awareness of yourself? And yourself will be able to transform that situation instantaneously into your liking. They call it turning lemons into lemonade. Did you know the God in you serves lemonade? Every plasma for you. You see that? So you can do that in every situation. But we get mad at the situations where they don't turn out like we think they are. And so you just have to have a degree of patience. Patience transforms conduct. And you have to say, okay, wait a minute. Well, still, that didn't come out quite right. Who am I? And you keep doing it. I don't care if you got to do it 1,000 times. It's going to change. Well, I don't like how I look. Okay, what you going to do about it? I was working out on the beach the other day, and I can't really see how I look. I just kind of, some people see me and say, man, you done lost some weight. All right, but let's come out of this shirt and see what it looked like. And I was on the beach, and I said, man, these guys look good. Man, these sisters, man, everybody look good on this beach. And people start coming up to me and say, hey, man, you look good, man. What do you do? They just start coming up to me. Because I've been working on myself. So if you don't like how you look, you start working on yourself, and the subconscious will bring people to you to tell you. If you don't even believe it, they'll come and start telling you how good you look. And you'll be like, oh, do I? I don't think I really look that good. I got a lot to do. I got a lot of work to do, right? But somebody going to be talking to you like that. Bro, you look good. Let me go up here and do me a few more of these pull-ups. In fact, let me grab my arm and do one arm pull-up, since it's supposed to be so negative for me. I'm supposed to believe the program over believing God. Let me just see how many I can do with one arm. Let me defy the odds and set a new standard. I heard Anthony Robbins say that years ago. He said, defy the odds, set a new standard, step up. Now I am the voice. I will lead. I will lead and not follow. I will create, not destroy. I will believe, not doubt. I'm a force for good, and I'm a force for God. I heard that 30 years ago. Defy the odds. Set a new standard. Step up. Now I am the voice. I will lead, not follow. I will create, not destroy. I will believe and not doubt. I'm a force for good, and I'm a force for God. Defy the odds. I told my mom today, I said, I'm here to defy the odds. That's my perception, and so therefore that is my reality. Set a new standard. Step up, and keep stepping until you step up and out into the marvelous light of enlightenment, so you can be more, do more, have more, and know more. And if all of that is an option, how can we settle for anything less? Even if you're feeling bad in the moment right now, even if you think I'm being long-winded, even if you think that I'm spending too much time on this, you need it, because it's you the reason why I'm showing up to talk to you like this. It ain't because of me. I already know it. I'm already doing it. So it's your energy, your thought field that's drawing it out of me so that you can hear what you need to hear to go where you need to go. You see? And so look at what it is. So we're stabilizing consciousness. It's meant to gamma now. It's meant to stabilize ordinary consciousness so you can access cosmic awareness. And what you will not is that self-awareness. You see, the first paragraph is moment-to-moment awareness. They're talking about self-awareness, and cosmic awareness is one and the same. They're not different. And when you realize that, you reach a state of it being, your emotions move into a state that is ineffable. It's unable to describe in words. And so now that you realize the self in you is the self that created the cosmos, the same energy, now you can free your will from the programs and the egoic nature of the matrix. All in doing these charts, all in doing this little cosmic stuff, you can figure that out within yourself if you do it. But most people don't do it. They just kind of do it because they just kind of want the results. You can't kind of want it. You got to be all in. How many of y'all ready to get all in? I was all in from day one. I only know one way, all in. I can't do nothing surfacey. I got to be all in. And all for one and one for all. And that's how I see it. Let's blow this up and look at this. I got some circles here. So you see some archetypal glyphs. And this area, this green box, this is where the third mental sphere is. So you could touch the front left part of your head. That's where your first, or your brain, that's where it is, right? But look at these activations, time. And it's interesting that we're on gamma because these little nodules, right? These little circles you see, and you can see the evolution of consciousness as time is on the fifth one. So we have touch, taste, smell, hear, and sight where the cross is. So it's telling you to evolve your self-image, evolve your consciousness in waking conscious medium. That's your physical reality. To realize that you are the self and that you creating this whole reality. That you are now shifting ordinary consciousness in the cosmic awareness. And in that shift, you're able to transmute the energy from failing to success. You're able to transmute the energy from one state of being to another. You're able to transmute the energy from one reality to another. It is your choice in the moment if you want to change it. So next time something don't turn out the way you want it to, I don't want you to get disappointed. I say, I can change this in a minute. Say that with me. I can change this in less than a minute. I can change this in less than a minute. I can change this in less than a minute. Who am I? I'm somebody that can change this in less than a minute. So now you're creating a different kind of self-talk that's going to create a different kind of imagery of you that's going to command a change in your physical reality. But if you hurry up and call your best friend or your mama or your sister, or whoever you talk to about how inadequate you are, you like, it happened again. I got a flat tire. It happened again. My daughter it ain't come home yet. I don't know where she is. It happened again. They didn't treat me right at work. It happened again. My money didn't show up. It happened again. It happened again. It happened again. And every time you happening again, you happening now. Your subconscious saying, I guess this is what they want to happen. Let me give them more of that. You got to say it and mean it and actualize it. So here we in the vacuum. That's why I'm glad when challenges happen to me, because I don't want to just be a talker. I be doing calisthenics for them challenges. Let's go. When it comes, I don't know when it's going to come, but when the challenge comes, I'm going to knock it right in the mouth. Come on. I'm waiting for you. I'm leaning on my chair, waiting. I'm watching you. Come on. That's how you got to be. So when it comes, you already know what to do. Right? That's what happens. All right. So I got this area circled because I thought it was really powerful that gamma is working on imaging, and this is telling us time. The time coordinate is telling us to evolve our consciousness in our waking conscious mediumship, which is our physical reality. And a lot of us need to do that to start stabilizing our life force. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap up here and talk a little bit more about stabilize your consciousness in states of being. Let's talk about some practical stuff. All right. Now, when we're stabilizing our states of consciousness and states of being, it's so important that we understand and understand the subconscious mind. Now, are you going to keep repeating? Think about all the stuff you said these last 7 Earth rotations, all the negative stuff. Okay, all the negative feelings that you've had. Now, do you want your subconscious mind to repeat that in your physical reality? Do you really want that? Okay, well, now you got a chance this heptad to change it. All right, so right now we're in the process of stabilizing our states of consciousness. And I'm telling you that I'm going to repeat this. Your subconscious believes what you say and what you think. Right? So if you're criticizing yourself, the power of God in you, then your subconscious is going to think that you, right, are critiquing the unlimited power in you and that you want to be something other than that. Right? And it's crazy. It's crazy that we had this kind of experience, because it seems like if we talked about it, that we would be able to actually say, okay, hold on a second now. I know I can, wait a second. And it goes back to hearing and listening. You got to listen to yourself. You just can't hear yourself and say, I heard him tell me don't go right to go left, but I went right anyway. Because I thought right was right. And I'm used to going right. Left would have made me get a little uncomfortable. Don't worry about all of that. Uncomfortable is how you build strength. Right? All right. And so we have to realize that when we're stabilizing states of consciousness, we always got to stay calm. So I always used to teach my oldest son, Jeremiah. I said, Jeremiah, never let him see you sweat. Anytime you start getting anxious or angry or afraid, just stay calm first. Stay calm first. And then fortify who you are in the moment. And if you need to get fired up first, right? Or you need to calm down so you don't get too fired up, you'll know what to do. If you need to pause, if you need to say, hold on, I'll be right back. I got something I got to get straight. It'll be all right. Your problems ain't going nowhere. They'll be right there for you. They ain't going to get mad at you. And then you come back equipped to deal with the situation. Nobody says that you have to be triggered into a misalignment, a blockage, that you got to be triggered into a negative situation so you can create a more negative situation. There's no law that says you have to do that. So when you find yourself going in that direction, say, hold on. Your urgency is not my emergency. Because I got to have my head screwed on right first. Right? And so look at what the AI says, that the ultimate state of consciousness that you want to be with is unity consciousness. Look at that. How do you get to unity consciousness? Well, first, you get the unity in you, the heart and the brain, unified, not polarized. See, you polarize so that you get unified, but you're going to have to make some adjustments to some of the weaker areas of yourself, of your thought process, before you can bring it into unity consciousness. This is the seventh state of consciousness. It's the highest state of human development possible. So if you ain't got unity consciousness, all you got is yourself and your island, you ain't going to reach this. The complete identification with the unified field of all laws of nature, all law, right? In this state of consciousness, there's no separation between oneself and the relative creation. Now, I just confirmed everything that I said about the self-conscious and your thoughts and everything that you have. I'm going to read it again. Unity consciousness is the seventh and the highest state of consciousness. It's the highest state of human development possible. The complete identification with the unified field of all laws of nature. In this state of consciousness, there is no separation between oneself, me, and the relative creation. That's why the next session is going to be become the master artist and create your reality. There's no separation between who you are. That's why I keep telling you to ask yourself, who am I? And then move into relative creation. You see? And so in the sun wave spell, the evolution of consciousness is showing us I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light. Who am I? I am the way. Okay, I am the truth, and I am the light. Now, what can't I do in this relative creation? There's nothing that I can't do. You see? All right. So you got to realize that we're striving for unity consciousness, that you are the person you're talking to, and they are you. That's what in Lakesh is. I am another you, and you are another me. So I can't treat you less than I would treat myself. There's an old adage that says, we don't even hear these old adages any longer. And the old adage says, treat others or do unto others as you want done to yourself. Ashe? Do unto others as you want done unto yourself. Do you want others to think negative so you can be negative? Or do you want to be negative so others can be negative? Because everything is once, twice learned. Once taught, twice learned. All right, so let's read what it says on the primal force. The primal force is the first archetype, 41. This states, I am the primal force. Now, the prime is the foundation, right? And the force. So nothing can resist this force. Coded by the red dragon. So it's coming in the form of the red dragon archetype. My number is 1, the unification, right? Unity consciousness of primal being. I am the ancient of days. I enter your universe through the first gate of light. I am the way. I am the truth. And I am the light. I hold the memory of cosmic being. Within the primal source, the birthplace and playground of star makers. I make stars. And star masters. I master starships. Eternity is my headdress. I give birth to all forms of consciousness. I nurture compassion for all living things. awakening in them, an essence sealed in the ever-returning genesis of my origins. To know me is to glimpse the primal matrix, and if you encounter me, this is what I say to challenge. If you encounter me, it will only be as a mystery reflected back to you, beckoning you ever and on. Come on. And so when we're talking about stabilizing our life force, we got to understand and understand that we are the key to the outcome that we desire. We are the key. I am the key to the outcome that I desire. What is the outcome that you desire? And then we roll back the tape. Wait a minute. Who am I? You see what I'm saying? Who am I? This is the outcome that I desire. But let me do a self-check. Who am I? Am I capable of this outcome? Yes. Who am I listening to? Am I listening to people that saying I'm incapable of this outcome? Yes. Well, the spectral moon says dissolve and release them so you can thrive and evolve. So for this phase, they're not here for this trip. They're not here for this phase. You'll catch them on the rebound. They're not here for right now. You got to release and let them go for the time being so you can get where you need to be. What's the assignment? Well, the assignment is what decision or decisions are you delaying? Okay? What decisions are you delaying? I want to say something here because I think that just want to make sure I got the right thing here because I may have populated the wrong assignment. Hold on, let me make sure. What is it saying? Ha! So it is different. It states, what states of consciousness become unstable under pressure? It's the appropriate one. All right? Forget what you see on there. I hid the wrong one, y'all. Don't worry about it. What states of consciousness become unstable under pressure? So the pressure is polarizing you in your experience. Okay? I really want to show this. Let's see if I can show this real quick for you. Let me see what I can do here. Bear with me for a moment because I want you to see what I see. Do you see what I see? So let's see here. Let's call this assignment. I'm going to pull this up for y'all. I don't want y'all to take a snapshot of it. Let me pull this up into the fold here. Now, I'm sharing with you something. What I'm sharing with you, I've experienced firsthand. Okay? This ain't something I read in a book or saw on somebody's post. This is something that I actually have experienced. And that's what makes it so profound. I'm not getting you excited about something I hadn't already done. And that means if I did it and I can show you how to do it, if you don't already know, guess what? You could do it too. Right? If I showed you how to do it, you could do it too. All right, so hold on. Let's see if it's going to come. Let's see if it's going to do what I want it to do. Go to all files. Let's see. If not, I can share my screen because I want you to see what I see. So it says, haha, Let's see. Oh, it says invalid file type. No worries. Let's do this there. This is what we're going to do. We are going to present, and I'm going to share my screen. Haha. Let's try that. Select the tab to share. Okay. Where's my PowerPoint? Oh, window. Boom. Share that. Haha. Can y'all see that? All right. So here's what it says. It says, what states of consciousness become unstable under pressure? This is where you need to work. Every time you get under pressure, you're late. Every time you get under pressure, this happens. Every time that you get under pressure, that happens. Every time you get under pressure, you twist the ankle. Okay, so you already know when you get under pressure, things happen. So now we have to stabilize your states of consciousness. And now the next time that you're under pressure, you already can choose your behavior and state of being before you experience that experience. All right, so what techniques can you use to stabilize your consciousness? I like to choose what I'm going to do before I get into the situation. I choose my behavior before I get in the situation. And I love being transparent up front. And I love saying, hey, listen, this is the problem. This is what I'm going to do about it. And I put my focus on it. Now, is it 100%? Am I 100% with this? No. But I'm about in the 85 to 90% of it. And I keep working to improve myself all the time. Okay, so when you find some techniques that'll help you stabilize your consciousness, so when you get into difficult situations, you don't fold up like a book. You start implementing those techniques. Now, the more you do it, the more you're going to be able to be successful with it. Embrace your process. It's going to challenge you, but that's great. Where there's challenge, there's strength. And document your progress. Why? So you can help your children, so you can help the people that are looking up to you. Record any insights and downloads, clear up any karmic behavior or dispositions. All right. Now let me go back. Did y'all see that? All right. All right. So here we go. Can we do this? Did y'all get anything out of today's session that can help you move forward in your life? Did you? Well, hold on to that. We need these kind of talks to help us through the difficult times and challenging times that we're going to experience in what our perception is as our reality. All right, if you're not already an I Am member, become an I Am member. Why? Okay, because next Sunday, we're not going to be live streaming. And it's going to be a lot less people probably. It might be a lot more people. But either way, I don't care. What I care about is we're going to be on here. We're going to be featuring Moon Goddess Ambrosia. And we're going to have a topic that we're talking about that you're going to need to learn about. Right? And it's going to be live. Remember, real time is now. The real time is now. And if you're not in the now, you're behind the power curve. Right? So don't pattern your life where all you're doing is listening to replays as your foundation. No, you want to be in a real time. You want to be in the nowness so you can move in the nowness. Okay? All right, so get on the membership. It's going to be members only on next Sunday, and it's going to be powerful. Because we're going to be talking about becoming a master artist to create your world, to create your reality. All right? Self-study. I highly encourage you to self-study. Let me tell you how I look at this. I'm so glad that I did so much self-study. Some of my friends from my past life, they're like, why do you study so hard? Why do you work so hard? Why do you do this? And let me tell you what I've always said. If I ever come across a difficult situation in the future, it don't have a chance. I'm training for it now because I'm conditioning my mind. And my mind is closed tightly against opposition. There's nothing that can deter my mind from my focus because I've been practicing for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. And so when I come into a difficult situation, I'm like, whew, it's about time. Let me go ahead and whoop you up. Because I've been conditioning my mind long enough to know that this is not the reality that I conditioned my mind for. This is what I conditioned my mind for. So let me go ahead and show you I can change this experience. Right? And so that's what I want you to do. But if you don't study, if you don't challenge yourself, if you're too busy to evolve, then when those challenges come, let me describe them. They come in the form of sickness. They come in the form of, hey, you just got evicted. You just went into foreclosure. It comes in the form, maybe you had somebody pass in your family that was really helping you. And now it comes in these forms. So you got to equip yourself now. So when the storm comes, you ain't being blown all over the place. You're rooted and booted in your conditioning. Ashe? So get some self-study, and those of you that want to do the self-study portion of this, reach out to me via email. And when you reach out to me, I'm going to give you a discount code. Now, if you reach out to me tomorrow, the discount code going to be different today because we operating in the now. So if you woulda, coulda, shoulda, thinking about it, thinking, I don't know if I got the money, I don't know if I got the time, I don't know if I got the... We're talking about evolving here. So you can evolve past your circumstances. And the interesting thing about this, it don't seem like it's doing nothing, but you ain't going to know till you get into the challenge to know. So email me, okay? I want to do the self-study. All right, I'm going to email you back a discount code. And you to keep that discount code for yourself and go get the class and start studying. Right? And who knows, it could be up to 50% discount. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to just sit this out here so we can contemplate on evolving. And then when these difficult situations come, people call me and say, hey, can you help me out the difficult situation? No, I cannot. You're going to have to help yourself. You're going to help yourself. So either you equipped or you're going to have to do some fast equipping to help yourself. But that's how you're going to learn the best. You see? So we got to stop pimping people. We got to stop, I'm not going to prepare myself for the storm. And then when the storm comes, everybody got to inconvenience everybody else to come help you. No, you help you. That's how this is going to work. You be the main one helping you. And you might get some other help, but you ain't got to ask for it because you done asked yourself. You done already prepared yourself for it. And everything else is extra. I say? So get on these classes. All right. And let's quantum leap into the new time. Family, my time is up. We're going to end with the Declaration of Evolution. And I've been saying this so much, and I've just been evolving. I'm just amazed with how much evolution has been taking place. Just over the last 3 weeks. I've been in Florida for the last 3 weeks, and it's just amazing. I've completely transformed. It's like shape-shifting in a short period of time. And I'm just blown away by it. Not because I'm surprised, but I'm blown away by it because it makes me feel blown away because I'm actualizing what I talk about on Amplify Your Purpose within me. And that makes me feel good about me. So when I talk to you, I'm not bringing you some mumbo jumbo. I'm bringing you what's enlightened and what's impacted me. All right. So the Declaration of Evolution, I'm going to say say your name, hereby declare that I will. When I say your name, say your name. Don't say my name. I'm going to say my name. You're going to hear me say my name. So I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will make evolution my number one priority. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will clear any karma associated with my existence once revealed. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will discover, carry out, and become my purpose. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will remove any judgment that I have of myself and others. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will look for and remove any spiritual blockages or misalignments. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will end any cycles that did not support my evolutionary process. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will show compassion for all beings and all other species on the planet. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will be patient with my process and others going through their processes as well. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will be disciplined and focused when things get challenging. And at some point, I promise you, they will get challenging. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will listen to my intuition and carry out its instructions. And lastly, I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will ultimately strive for self-mastery. I say, and I say, oh. And so it is. Family, I polarize in order to nurture. Stabilizing being, I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. And I am guided by the power of space. Let's have 7 Earth rotations of phenomenal growth. Take advantage of these offerings, or we're staying where you are. And if that's where you want to be, that's great. But if it's not, it could be like hell sometimes. So choose to be at the highest state, unity consciousness, and let's all evolve together. All right, on behalf of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, I want to thank you for joining us today. As the founder and chancellor of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And I will say, in Lakesh means I am another you. Alakin means you are another me. Hotep, Hetipu, and Namaste. And remember, evolution is the solution. Enjoy your creation, and we'll see you next Sunday. Peace.